Well, I think we all recognize that certainly over the last 5 years there has been quite a drop in the numbers of students enrolling in the public school system. But I think the surprise from the census numbers was the degree to which they differed from the numbers that the ministry is reporting. For example, in September 2010, the ministry was reporting something on the order of a little over 5,000. I think it was 5,145 students at the primary, middle, and senior school levels. The census, on the other hand, was looking at a number which was closer to 4,300, so it was a discrepancy of probably pretty close to 760 students. So either the ministry was over-reporting the numbers of students that were enrolled, or the census numbers were way too low. And I think obviously it's up to government to try and explain why there's this almost over 700 students that are either missing from the school system or missing from the census count. I think the other issue, of course, is I think all of us recognize that the number of students in the public system, those that have enrolled, have declined over the years. I've been asking parliamentary questions for a number of years now, trying to get a reading on the number of students in the public system. The highest number that that was reported through parliamentary questions was about 2003, and that was a little over 6,000. So we're now down, according to the ministry figures, down to about 5,100. So we've lost, I think, something in the order of 15 to 17% from about 2003 to 2010. My own sense, just talking to parents and others, is that I think parents are clearly concerned in Bermuda with getting the best education they can for their children, and there obviously have been a lot of concerns about the public system over the years. That's not to say that some students aren't doing very well, but I think if you're a parent and you're concerned, and there's stories of sort of problems in the schools, or that students aren't performing very well, or there are other issues, sometimes you make that sacrifice and you pay the money and you put your child into the private system. Now, obviously, it's not just parents who are concerned. Professor Hopkins clearly set out the public education system had some severe problems. This was the government's own report in May 2007. And of course, Professor Minsky, in his study on black male students particularly, said education is really one of the key issues here. So clearly it's parents and it's independent people who are saying we've got a problem here, and that's one of the reasons I think the OBA certainly and the opposition for a number of years is saying we have to fix the public education system. It's not just a question of celebrating a few children who are doing well. It's got to perform for all children, and it should be a reasonable alternative, a good alternative to the private system. We're spending a lot of money. It's over $20,000 a year per child in the public system. We should be able to make it work. We've got to get on with these reforms, and it's taken too long.